Hello again everybody and welcome back to Fujit's Blitz with me, Fujit. Hello. In this video today we're going to be looking at playing the Soviet Turretless TDs, in particular the SU line. So whilst I'm showing you the SU-122, we're not going to actually feature that tank. We're going to look at only two tanks, the ISU-152 and the Object 268. Why, I hear you ask? Because both those tanks are beasts, and in both instances players do struggle. So this is the ISU-152. This tank has the second best DPM of all the Tech Tree Tier 8 TDs. The AT-15, the British TD, actually tops that list, but this tank has 3,166 DPM, with the high-end alpha of 640. Now compare that to the 1815's 3,937, which is none too shabby, with that high-end alpha of only 225. This thing is just a beast, and everybody knows that. The thing that sets this tank aside is that gun, especially its top gun. Okay, it has a long reload, but it has the best penetration and the best damage output in its tier, so that is worth every second. The penetration on this little beastie is 286 millimeters. That's on its standard ammunition. That means it will slice through almost anything that comes in front of that gun. Okay, it has dodgy armor, poor mobility, and a shockingly long reload, but all that pales into insignificance when you realize this tank is designed purely to smack the existence out of other tanks, with its business end literally being that gun. Now that's not to say it's an easy tank to play, because like most turretless TDs, it does take some getting used to. It's very rare for me to tell anybody how to play a particular TD, because they come in all various shapes and sizes. So I've singled out these, and I'm just going to tell you how I play them. Now with this one, the equipment I have loaded, first and foremost, I do run a camo net. That's correct, I run a camo net on this tank. Secondly, I do not use a vertical stab. I use the refined gun. Now there's a reason for that, and you've seen that reason so far. My ability to smack that T49 and that E75 and that IS-8 from across the map is why I run the refined gun. Okay, I generally camp in the ISU-152 because I find that is the role that it suits most. That's not to say you cannot frontline in this thing, because on occasion you can, but you've got to be careful. The armor is pretty dodgy, but look at this gun. I mean, this gun is just absolutely shockingly good, and that is the thing about the ISU-152. Now I say in most of my videos, play the tank to its weakness first and then to its strength. Now the weakness on this one, as I say, is it's a turretless TD. It doesn't have that mobility that other TDs with turrets have, number one. Number two, it hasn't exactly got the best of armor profiles. Yeah, okay, you will get some bounces, but it's not the best. What it does have is a squat appearance and a really, really, really good gun. That should give you an indication. This thing likes to snipe. It likes to sit at the back. It likes to see things pop up in front of its business end, i.e. the gun, and then knock the living daylights out of it. And that's all I have done in this tank. I've knocked out 4,523 damage in this thing. I'm struggling here with the Yak Panther 2, but I was always going to. But not to worry. He is doomed, he is gone, and we win the game. We get 2 kills, we do 4,611 damage. I'm happy with that game, and that's how I like to play the ISU-152. You may be different, you may play it slightly differently, but for me, that is the way that I think this tank loves to be. It loves to be sat at the back, picking off those targets and anything in front of its gun. So, that's the ISU-152. Let's have a look at the Tier 10 counterpart, the Object 268. So what can we say about the Object 268? Well, unlike the ISU-152, the 268 has actually one of the worst DPMs for its class in the tier. It's only beaten by the Minotauro, which is an autoloader. It still has one of the best penetrations, but the top spot actually goes to the Ho-Ri on that point, this one coming a close second. And it doesn't even have the best damage. It's mediocre at best, with the Jagdpanzer E100, the Death Star and the E3 all beating it. So what does it have? Well, it has a pretty low profile, pretty decent mobility for a turretless TD, and pretty troll armor. Plus, when you can get it to work and when you can get it to sing, it can have a pretty decent gun. The load time isn't that bad, but the aim time can be. I mean, the aim time on this thing, it's not the worst, but it's not the best. It's over 2 seconds. The thing, however, that sets this one apart is the camo profile, mainly because it is such a low and squat tank. That means it's pretty difficult to see. It has the best camo rating for any TD tech tree in tier 10. With all that in mind, what tips therefore can I give you on playing the Object 268? Well, number one, this one is a situational tank. In other words, you need to know your maps and you need to know where to put it. Now, I've stuck it here on the corner. Why? Because it has a squat profile and I know the heavies are going to come this way. And I'm not going to struggle to pen either of these two heavies, be the E100 or be the VK72. I just need to make sure that my aim time is okay and I've got some safety where I can. Okay, that was a bit of a dodgy shot on the E100. I only managed to track him. Now, I got 3 heavies in front of me. I only dished out 1,275 damage so far. But if they push me, I know that I can absolutely smack them. The Yo here is going to make a terrible error and I'm going to be able to hit him. And you can see there, so I'm getting some decent rolls at 700. Not the best for a tier 10 TD, I fully admit, but I'm in a place of safety, I've got time for the aim time to come down, and I can therefore take some damage. Moving forward, I wait for the load time, which can be quite long, but it's not as long as some of the other TDs, and I should be able to smack this little E100 in the cheeks without switching to premium ammunition. That is one of the good things about this tank. Now, frontally, it's got that pike nose. That's where its troll armor is, because the pike nose actually goes all the way up. I wanted to track the E100. Oh, nice ammo rack by the Sheridan. I actually wanted to track the E100, get round him, and then smack the VK. The VK puts one into me, not a problem. I'm just going to turn around and smack him again. Now, a couple of things. One, again, I am using the camo net on this, and I'm not using a vertical stab. I'm using the refined gun. We've just knocked out 3,799. This isn't the best game for us now. It's 2 against 4. However, the TVP fluffs his shot and I'm able to knock him down. We've now taken 3 kills. We've lost a little bit of HP, but nothing really to write home about. They've still got the Sheridan, who is a one-shot, a Grill, who is fully got all his HP, but I just knocked him for 822, even though he has got a spall liner. We're now up to 5,000 damage. They do have, however, a Death Star, who is a concern. Down goes the Griller. Here comes the Death Star. He gets a good roll into me because I wasn't able to drop down quickly enough. I can pull back, put one into him. Another nice roll, 838. Just shy of 6k now. But unfortunately, my teammate, the Sheridan, who did some stonkingly good stuff over that side of the map, has gone, leaving me with no hope whatsoever. However, we do just shy of 7k damage. I'm happy with that. The team was, well, let's be honest with you, not the best teams, but 6,832 damage dished out. We get a mastery. It's a loss, I get it, but I'm happy with the game. Our team, by the way, most of the players, in fact 80% of the players on my team were below 43% win rate, but this is the way the cookie crumbles. So that's how I like to play the Object 268, a pretty nice tank. But, as I said, it's a situational tank. It's not a tank you can just throw into the mix and hope for the best. Pretty much like the ISU 152. This tank is notoriously tricky to play. Although some people will say it's not, it actually is, because the armor is not as fantastic as people think. So my ultimate tips on playing these Soviet TDs, turretless TDs, the ISU 152 and the Object 268 is know your maps and get the right equipment. Use camo nets and use refined guns. That is going to help you no end. Anyway, I've been Fujit. That has been my take on how to play the ISU 152 and the Object 268. By all means, comment in everything below because I'd love to hear from you all. And until the next time, remember, stay safe out there, have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, guys. Having fun and being happy.